Says it is now the true party of patriotism and British values. Now, I think this is said in response to the fact that Boris Johnson has been booed recently, and the Shadow Minister says we're standing up for UK institutions, implying that the Conservatives are no longer doing this. Now, this to me seems like a very strong and bold rebrand from the Jeremy Corbyn days, where he wanted to abolish the monarchy, and he wouldn't sing the national anthem. So, I mean, I don't know if this is they've just sort of licked their finger and gone with the breeze and thought this is what people want now, or maybe they genuinely mean it. I'm not sure.
Yes, it seems, doesn't it, that the Labour Party, as a party, have a love-hate relationship with the flag, don't they, Andrew?
Yes, they absolutely do. And these kind of gestures that they occasionally perform don't really resonate. You remember the one, I think it was when Ed Miliband was in charge, and the mug, they put that Labour is tough on immigration on this mug, which you could then buy. And it really backfired with their core voter base. So, I mean, I don't know how well this is going to do, because this is a Tory motif, isn't it, that they're sort of attempting to seize. But this is because of Lucy Powell, who's the Shadow Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, was talking about, she's written this piece. And she's talking, she says here, I'm quoting here, she says that Labour's the party that stands up for much-loved British institutions, including the BBC and Channel 4, which the Tories want to undermine in pursuit of a series of ideological culture wars.
Is it the Conservatives pushing those?
No, it's Labour, because if you think about it, we've had Keir Starmer kneeling for BLM, you've had Jeremy Corbyn announcing his pronouns, charging white people an extra tenner when he gave a speech in Loughborough. You've had Stella Creasy this week saying that a woman can be born with a penis. So the culture wars are very much being waged predominantly
Labour Party
by the
Conference chair saying, can we have fewer white men answering questions, please?
Right, but this is a really standard tactic in the culture war. Is the chief antagonists of the culture war, the culture warriors, will be the ones who either deny that it exists or claim that the people are sort of saying to them, hang on a minute, what are you talking about? That they're the culture warriors for responding to their culture war. This is the oldest trick in the book.
That's classic
really
gaslighting.
Total gaslighting.
Switcheroo, yeah.
Although that is one of their words, isn't it, gaslighting?
Oh, yeah, that's why we've done it back to them.
Exactly, So it's just a lot of finger-pointing. This is just, it's ludicrous. But it's interesting what you said about Johnson being booed, and Powell mentions this as well, that because Johnson is being booed, that shows, I mean, she says it here, that people no longer see him as having the standards necessary to lead the country. Of course, it doesn't say that. It says that that particular group of people who booed him didn't much like him. That's about it. We don't do politics with a clapometer, do we?
Well, no, that's right. And you could argue that Brexit was an act of patriotism by those that voted for it, and therefore Labour will struggle to define themselves as the patriotic party, given that their leader was the architect of the second referendum policy, which effectively sought to reverse Brexit.
Yeah, that was well, that's why Keir Starmer is unelectable, I think, because 70% of Labour constituencies voted Leave. And then you've got the architect of the so-called people's vote, as though the people didn't vote the first time. Another example of gaslighting. So he's never going to resonate with that. He's never going to be able to rebuild that red wall. It's hopeless. They're going to have to get someone else in.
Oh, there you go.